Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next question of our agriculture optional answer writing practice series. And today's question is discuss the systematic position, nature of damage and management of insect and mite pests in brinjal. So this question was asked in last year's agriculture optional paper of UPSC Civil Services examination, that is in 2024. So we will see how we can approach this answer. So let's start. So when you see the question is divided into three parts actually. Okay, that is systematic position, nature of damage, and management. Okay, so in systematic position, we have to discuss the systematic position of these pests. Okay, there are various pests in which kingdom they belong, which genus, species, all these things should be written in systematic position. Although what many students do, many students just write genus and species in systematic position. That is okay, but I will try to just give briefly write kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, everything, so that will make your answer more systematic, like the systematic position. So let's start the answer. So in intro, you can write some data or anything. You all know that how much damage is due to insect and pests in agriculture sector of India, especially in vegetables. And I think brinjal is one of the most affected crops. That is why it is generally asked whenever we go to the market. Whenever you go to the market, I think all of you have gone to market for some time, and if you have purchased the brinjal, similarly looks like it. Okay, so you always, while choosing the vegetables, we look for those holes. If there are not those black holes in the brinjal, if there are some black holes or some black marks in brinjal, we reject them, because we know whenever we will cut this brinjal, some kind of pest or insect will come out from it. So that is why it is very highly affected vegetable when it comes to insect and pest attack. So this is why this question has been asked. So let's start the answer. So introduction, you can write. We all know that although this is a not accurate data, but it is a kind of rough data I am providing you. Around 20 to 30% of losses are seen in vegetables generally due to pest attack. Okay, in some vegetables it is more also, in some it is less also, but it is a rough data. For every vegetable you can write some particular data if you want to write. That would make your answer more beautiful, but if rough data is also written, it is okay. Now let's move to the answer. So first of all, you will see systematic position. So actually there are various 4 or 5 pests which are generally affecting brinjal, but I will give you a brief idea how to write this systematic position. In kingdom, we all know that all the pests will come in animalia only. When it comes to phylum, we all know that all of them will come in arthropoda only. Okay. In class, obviously insecta. Come down to order, obviously Lepidopetra. Family, the family of most of the pests are either Crambidae or if it is aphids, then it will be Aphidae. But I think I am writing here Crambidae. This is for a reason. Okay, genus Equinodes. I am just writing genus so that you can identify which pest I am talking about. And the species is Lecunodes or Bolenis. Horrible. So which pest I am talking about? It is the most common pest of brinjal, that is brinjal fruit and shoot borer. This is of brinjal fruit and shoot borer. Okay, the most common pest of brinjal. Secondly, aphids also affect brinjal so much. So aphids. So in aphids also, when you go down, you will find everything the same. But from order there will be change. The order of aphids are Hemipetra. The family is obviously Aphidae. Aphidae. The genus is Apis, and the name of his species is Apis gossypi. This was about aphids. Next, we can write about white flies here. Okay. Similarly, white flies till family are same, but when it's come till order are same, but when it's come to family, they are of Elirodoi, Elerididae, very difficult names. Bemisia is the genus, and Bemesia tabaki is the species. Similarly, we have other pests also, such as leaf hoppers are there. Hoppers also are there. We have other pests also, such as cutworms are there. Cutworms are there. We have various other pests also. If you observe carefully, there are certain kinds of red spider mites which are very harmful for brinjal. Red spider mites, if you have observed brinjal plant, if it is not and there is no pesticide used in that field, you will find this in the plants between the branches. You will find these red spider mites which generally affect the brinjal. So these are, I think, 5 6 major pests. I have given the systematic position of 3 pests. You can also add the systematic position of these pests, it is on you, but I think 2 3 pests, writing the systematic position of 2 3 pests are well. And if you want to go in short, you can just write genus and species. That is fair, but I will try to give you a brief idea of this, and then for other pests write genus and species, so that will be fair. So I hope you understand the some of the common pests of brinjal, and I hope you understand how to write systematic position. That is important. Now you can adjust as per the species. Now this was the first part of the question. Now second part of the question is asking us about nature of damage. So what is the nature of damage of these pests? Nature of damage. Obviously, the caterpillars or the small offsprings of these pests, they tends to grow on, the pests grow on shoots, midribs, petioles, and what all these things do. Although they feed on these things, also they feed, and secondly, though they damage the internal tissues, they will make hole into it, they will feed into it. So overall you can say that they damage the internal tissues by growing on this portion of the plant. Secondly, they the affected shoots, suppose they are feeding on shoots, so these shoots will wither up, and you will see that the plants will dry up and plants will start dropping, dry and drop. Okay, so we will see that dropping becomes very common in plants which are highly affected by pests. Next, you can see that they make entry into the calyx and other fruit formations. They make entry into fruit formations, they start feeding on the fruit, and you will find that the entry of calyx completely damages the fruit, or you can say the brinjal, the small brinjals which are still to grow on the plant. So high damage on them can be seen. There is a huge loss of production. Next, they also sometimes plug their excreta into them. They will go inside, they will excrete inside and come out. So what also does, it reduces the quality of our vegetable. Okay, and I have just discussed this type of circular holes will you will able to see on the plants. So what all these things do, they tend to lose the market value for your vegetable. Okay, they will make the market value lose the market value, the vegetable will lose the market value. Secondly, they will be not the best for human consumption, not for human consumption. So these are the 3 4 damages which you obviously see in by the pests of brinjal. And I think if you write 4 5 damages, that will be enough, because it is a 10 marker question. So writing too much is will be very difficult, and you have to also write systematic position, keep in mind. So always try to be, I think 4 5 points are enough. Now let's move to the management. How can we manage these pests? First of all, we have to avoid the cropping of brinjals with other crops which are host to the pests. Okay, avoid cropping to other crops, and that's just writing a short, which are hosts to pests. Suppose many times what happen, we should avoid brinjal and potato together. Many times farmers grow them together because this potato is a host to fruit and shoot borer of brinjal. So this can be done. Secondly, we should remove the affected shoots. Obviously, removal of affected parts. Whenever you see some parts affected with the pest or the things, we should simply remove and dispose them. So that needs to be done. Secondly, for biological management, you can use parasitoids such as M. greeni, or you can say Microbracon greeni. I'm just writing in short, M. greeni. Its full form is Microbracon, Microbracon, Microbracon greeni. They can be used for suppression of this borer. I am generally giving more emphasis to borer because it is the most important and most major pest of brinjal. Okay, so this can be used. So here you can see biological control using parasitoids. You can use pheromone traps, very important. Pheromone traps can be used so that these insects could be. For the delay, there was some kind of glitch or what, I don't know. Okay, okay. So let's start again. So yes, pheromone traps can be used. Next, we can use carbile for dusting and carbile for dusting and spraying. So this is a kind of pesticide which will help us. Other pesticides can be also used such as profenocos. Okay, so this is how we can manage the pests of brinjal. I think these 4 5 points are enough to write in management part, and I hope you understand all this. Now you can conclude your answer also by writing how the management of these pests can highly enhance the productivity of brinjal, its market value, and other things. That is why they become important. I think this type of conclusion will be enough. So that is all for today. I hope you understand all the parts of question. You understand the systematic position. You understand the nature of damage. You understand the management. So that is all for today. If you like it, please press the like button. Please do share. Please do subscribe.